of this forest, Grabenski Potok. This is the old bridge. There is a castle over there, oldest castle. I'm not sure if I understand. Maybe even in Slovenia, I think they said, and I'm not really sure. One of the oldest castles, Graben. This was the main torture location. This location right here. It's a very old bridge. It is stated that this bridge is originally belongs to the castle. This was a bridge, very old bridge from times when the Germans occupied the castle over there behind. And I really love this place here. I love old structures, old locations, old places. There are Milan Kučan with Osnovna škola Grm Novo Mesto Grammar School, beginning the 2nd grade with the teachers Stančić, Milan Kučan. All my schoolmates and schoolmates from other classes, they started to come here to this location here. Believe it or not, this was the location. But what you see here is a ancient road, really ancient road. I have to see how old is this castle. This is one of the oldest castles in Slovenia. Some people say it's even the oldest. And this beauty here that you see, that is worth just as much as castle. This old bridge, this beautiful structure that fulfilled the dreams of the fish and people who are going through here, this scenic place. When we came here to this place here at Krka, and it was still, probably I was still about 3rd grade, maybe, grammar school here. And we would come here with the father, mom from Bela Krajina. We had it in evening hours. We were heading to Krka. And actually, you know what? It was something like this. It was something like this, and it was not always that we headed to Krka, but also sometimes we worked, and with the car we stopped. Father would stop the car on the side of the road. There was another bridge here, and he would park the car, and then he would come here with the fly fishing, you know, and he would just go shook, and the only thing that would be is he would just pull the fish out. Like, it would be big fishes, trouts, also trouts, like such a beautiful fish. I mean, that is unforgettable for me. And well, years went past, and it was the order from Milan Kučan to you see this here that you see here, this stream here that you see, this stream, they used to clean this stream, you know. This was much deeper stream. The stream was much deeper, and consequently, of course, there was fish all the way up there, and nobody was fishing. This was practically connected with the Krka River here. Not much was missing. Yeah, stuff that you see right there, the round stuff, ceo, roar. That finally came here when I was about in maybe 6th grade or something like this, grammar school. You know, 7th grade of the grammar school. Yeah, you're talking probably 1984 or something like that. 1983, who knows. But before this, it was just really a bridge that was not as strong like this, done with asphalt and all that stuff. It was a unpaved road with, you know, something that kept this in place. Yeah, it would hold it, but still they went on and they completely transformed this to create, you know, asphalt, everything for the cars, for everything, so there would be strong structure. But this is not the video about that stuff right there. This is the video about this old bridge here. This so old bridge. And you can see that very, very, very long time ago, that was somebody who really, really cared about this place dearly. And you can see that this Castle people, that they invested really good money in it, because already the bridge, when you look at this bridge, it looks almost really like a structure, as if you would go to the sea or somewhere. They really, really invested money in building an extremely sturdy bridge, strong bridge, because they would never have an issue going through here. You can tell by this here that these people had money. The castle is not, I don't know how big, but just by this you can tell that they, whatever they built strong. So they learned about my special place here. I love this place here, but I never really spent time here. If I came here, I would be searching for the fish and stuff with the people, with the kids from the village. But in the head of the Milan Kučan, in his mentally sick head, this rotten garbage, it was also this Stančić also from, and then became butcher, and all the teachers from Osnovna škola Grm. That's why they would bring me always here. And this was the hard point torture location, one of the most, it grew up to be like the main torture location in this entire forest. That it stretches all the way behind our house, all the way to Smolenia Vas, and it goes through here straight to Mali Slatnik and so on. And they hallucinated that I'm a neo-Nazi, that I like because it's German, because it's old. Yeah, I sent them to the motherfucker land because it was so sick stuff that... And I remember the teachers explaining to the children the stuff, you know, watching me drugged up with the children and basically placing words in my mouth. They translated to the children dreams are reality, and interpreted this for me a psychiatric institution, and for them, based on my death, basically possession of the house, possession of the job that would otherwise be mine, basically wealthier society. And it's interesting because it was a Slovenian site. It was Slovenian police, neighbor Metod Jerman, nurse Janko from Home for Elderly People, Robert Golob, Milan Kučan, who were teaching me exactly the opposite, claiming it's America, it's a rotten capitalism that does this to the people. That's interesting because this stuff I'm talking about here, it started when I was in the 2nd grade of the grammar school. I was just barely 8 years of age when severe torture, MK Ultra torture, went on here with the teachers from Osnovna škola Grm. Those are not teachers, those are really creatures. Really, I mean, real creatures. During MK Ultra, I had with them in physical fights talking about the teachers, and all kinds of stuff went on. So this is just completely bestial stuff that went on. It just makes you wonder what does it take for such a grown-up people to behave like animals, really. And so the children, they started to hallucinate that this MK Ultra really is a source of secret power for them. That this is a window of the wealth, that this is a window of the opportunity, basically denying one opportunity, destroying him, destroying me would mean for them fortune. This was the education, the school. And back then, this was Yugoslavia. This was my childhood. This is what I have gone through. This was a time where Josip Broz Tito was very much alive. And this Stančić teacher, he was an internee in a Dachau concentration camp. Oh, so they were sure that I am a neo-Nazi, knowing the family I was from. Both sides of the family heavily were involved in a national resistance against the Nazi Germany and the fascist Italy, but still, I was a Nazi. This was just the way they educated children. Now the stream is dead, long already, very many years. People walk around here, including my neighbor Metod Jerman, using literally aggregate. That's electricity. I just went up there and I said to myself, the biggest criminals are police officers, the biggest. I remember these people playing all kinds of stuff here with illegal criminal way that they not supposed to do the stuff, and they were doing all kinds of stuff. It was people here also from all around the world camping throughout this forest. From Poland, from Israel, from United States, from fucking name it. Britain. The MK Ultra, this is a really, yeah, the way you see it here, just the way you see it here, this is the way it was. Well, probably everywhere here over a meter, even meter and a half deep, that you could, you know, fish had plenty space too. The whole stream, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if you can see this stuff. Entirely the whole stream is covered in trash, canisters, car parts. So disgusting that this Yugoslavia, this socialism, it's unfucking believable. It's unbelievable, man. It turned out to be a dumpster place. Plastic is forever. Metal parts all over the place. Unbelievable. They gave nothing really to the nature back. They were just worried about me. They saw everywhere Nazism. Everything was a Nazism. This was I would say that this was Renaissance. I don't know how. Hatred was simply flourishing everywhere. Garbage, reminders of the past. Nobody invested shit to clean. See this? They were just dumping garbage all over the place, including our parcel that father purchased in the village. Anyhow, it was Milan Kučan. It's everywhere. The whole stream is like this, everywhere. I don't know what the fuck happened to these people, but this is sick. Very sick. Yugoslavia was extremely sick place. We had people here from elsewhere, and they were throwing, dumping anything everywhere. A statue dedicated to the Milan Kučan, to the Josip Broz Tito, is still here. Nobody bothered to go clean, just the way Milan Kučan wanted to have this place. Yeah, let me demonstrate you. Anyhow, in the 4th grade of the grammar school, before that, Milan Kučan decided to close this road forever, and they did close the road completely so that people would not have access anymore to come through here. Every time when this communist garbage came here, and communist is really unfair toward people that feel they're communists. Really, I shouldn't say this, but this was such a scumbag that is just unprecedented. Really obsessed with the idea to burn every castle, to burn absolutely everything that remind of, you know, history of this country. He just decided that he gave the job to Yerman Zdenko, that's a neighbor police officer, 3rd grade, 4th grade of the grammar school. It's also the children from the village that would always participate. One was Yerman Zdenko, another one was Metod Yerman. Both became police officers. Gave him an order to make sure that this place is sealed and literally destroyed, just the way you see it. I don't know, you can see it yourself, what happened out of this bridge. Every visit he made here to Novo Mesto, talking about Milan Kučan, he prided himself with destruction of this bridge. The way it looks, it's where he would deliver me, and he would give me a speech about his partisan movement, about his with Gregor Golobic, with Robert Golob, with these cretins from Ljubljana. Golobic is actually from Novo Mesto, but Školč and so on and so forth. This is where they would have this, all this Tanja Fajon, all this Borut Pahor, partisan. They wanted the partisan here. They were so fucking insane. They make me feel like I'm watching the children, including myself, when we were playing the partisans and Germans inside of the forest in a completely other location, you know. Or if we were by ourselves, we were playing whatever, or we would be playing cowboys and Indians or whatever. And these motherfuckers, grown-ups, so fucking poisonous, so fucking sick, so fucking schizophrenic, claiming that watching me being drugged up and tortured, eventually not giving in or giving up, but just so the time would pass by for the torture's sake. So I would not be more tortured and more exposed, so they would get whatever they wanted and fuck off. That's what they portrayed as a reality, basically. That's how they viewed the reality. This red star with a hammer, they were building one literally into the grave like this. They wanted for me to see myself in grave and have other children, people that would deliver here to this location, see themselves literally in psychiatric hospital and everything they were doing to me, the stuff inside of the school, beginning demonstrating how it's done with the people like myself, with the Nazis. That's the way you do it, man. Literally with the babies in this fucking Soviet Yugoslavia. Oh, Milan Kučan was extremely proud about prospect on how it's going to be growing from the breach. So I don't believe the whole thing is just the leaves and stuff. I believe that it's also being stuff that's being added to it. Milan Kučan dream about how these trees are going to destroy with the roots the whole breach, destroy one. Because the Red Star eternally is the communist Red Star. This guy, I doubt he's a fucking communist. I doubt, because he's so fucking insane. And I know that to be communist, you have to be somebody. Anything in this world, if you want to be, you have to be somebody. These are just animals. Whatever it is that you are, you have to be somebody. But we're talking about animals here. So, nice, beautiful. I had a beautiful trip down the stream, thinking about my father, whom they keep locked inside of the home for elderly people, killing him. On the trip that he went because of this garbage, and I really wonder if it was worth it to them to do the stuff like this, because everything came out, and yet they continue to persist on the stuff that doesn't look bright for them. This was order given to this neighbors, Denko Yerman, to seal. He gave the order, Milan Kučan personally gave him an order. He became a police officer. His mentor, the same like for the Metod Yerman, Milan Kučan, Borut Pahor. These were their mentors. And they sealed this place. I was forbidden from coming here, and these are all a bit older than myself kids. That's the way this was. Have to be a bit careful here, so I make it through here. Milan Kučan did not even dream in the craziest dreams that what he is watching eventually will happen. That his violent schizophrenia, known as MK Ultra, the sickness he was plugging me with, like a cholera, is going to become a part of his reality. His children and his grandchildren. I owe you is this beautiful scenic castle. I see they started to renovate one little by little, maybe. Not really. That urgently needs a renovation. It's gonna fall apart, everything. This was decided, just as I explained, by Robert Golob, who the buyer will be. What is it with this one here? Is this another candidate that wants problems or something? There you go. That's an old castle right there that you see. And so there was a barn here, and this is what they purchased. And so this is what this is. because the old bridge was lower than this here, and so they fix it. They put that stuff inside the stuff that I demonstrated you. This place here, this they did not only, this is what I failed to mention, this bridge that you see right there, if you can see one from here at all. Maybe, who knows, the oldest bridge in the whole Slovenia, maybe, who knows. The same thing they have done here. They made sure that the Kučan was the one who gave the order for this to be completely blocked off, to make sure that nobody would go through here. Literally Milan Kučan, literally. Milan Kučan was the one who was coming here. This. Everything was of his interest, everything about my life, where I moved, so on. You can say that this was a personal case manager. Regular UDBA KGB assassin, Slovenian Serb. The countries are always rotten from the top. They have a strong enemy, such as is Russia. It doesn't matter how small the fraction is inside of the country. They eat the country from within. And this through what you would believe are your Western allies. That's how they destroy the country. By people counting on issues they actually believe would help them improve their life and so on. Yeah, that's how this stuff happened. Yeah. It's something very important I would say to you, but I forgot, and it was really important stuff. More stuff I was gonna say about this stuff. I don't know if it's gonna come next time. It will be a next time, but it's the right thing for me to do this, to record this, so that at least people have something about this place. If it ever brings you through here, this is Graben, and so at least you will know something little. Maybe this is the oldest castle in Slovenia, I'm not sure. This is a very old, this could be the oldest, I don't know, the oldest. This is like, I think from the 9th century or even earlier. I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know. It's very old. It's extremely old. And they made sure that it would fall apart completely. That's a Krka pharmaceutical right there. Right there. And it's nice that I video recorded this stuff, because this is there's a 40 km/h limit here, but I'm not going to record because I don't want no license plates. At this time of the year you can see nicely through. Soon it's going to be leaves and stuff. This won't be accessible no more. Little wilderness, little jungle. Yeah, they inflicted a considerable amount of damage, but in the process they got destroyed. See, this is where you would come, right through here. This is where you would come up. And so what they did was they put some gravel and stuff. I see that they put the stuff on and dump anything that would grow, so that memory on this place would be completely lost. This is what the Milan Kučan said. This is how it's going to be with you. Yeah. All those plants are going to eat the beton. I don't know how you say beton. Through the cracks. And it's Robert Golob who's going to have to pay, I think, even for the marble inside of the house. There were cracks on this bridge here, and Milan Kučan on the bridge, on the old bridge that I demonstrated you. Milan Kučan widened those cracks. He made those cracks even bigger. He made those cracks even bigger. On the top of the bridge, I remember there were small cracks, and he ordered Gregor Golobic to widen the cracks, to put the cracks inside of the bridge, soil on the top and the plants, so that it would take over, destroy the bridge completely. He said, the way the roots are gonna go through this bridge, this is how it's gonna be with you. He wanted me to see myself in psychosis, basically, because I told you about the breaking tooth was one of the earliest things of the Milan Kučan. They started to break me teeth. The reason for breaking me teeth, beginning the 2nd grade of the grammar school, was 1st grade, 2nd grade of the grammar school, they started to take me to the dentist without my having any kind of problems. Because I refused to wash my teeth on the regular basis. This was the reason. This, I told you about everything. Demanded for me to eat conservants from the pickles and from the stuff, juice. It started with the Josip Broz Tito when I was just 5 years of age. That was a sick old man, that Josip Broz Tito. And it was like, it started like some form of retaliation from Josip Broz Tito. It eventually grew up in 1982. In 1981, when I was just 9 years old, 10 years old, it was written, must be added to MK Ultra, and they started to poison on a regular basis. This is what this is. This fucking bridge. It's not a fucking bridge. It's a really, really historic document. It's got a history. It's got my name next to it. Next to the history, it's my name on that bridge. This is how Milan Kučan have seen himself through. He will explain this to the police, everything, what I stated on this video. If it was like this or was it not? And then you already know.